smile. Today was my official last day of my first quarter of college. And what better way to celebrate than with a book haul? I am so excited. This month I got a lot of used books because I just started a new job working at a used bookstore, so more details coming soon. But anyways, the one downside to that is that I'm constantly buying used books now. But I got some awesome books here. I was also sent some books. But before we get into all of the used books and other things, I was recently sent some books by Disney-Hyperion, which I'm so excited about because they're thriller slash suspense slash horror books, which are like, you know, my thing. So thank you so much to them. I received Follow Me, the newest book in Sarah Shepard's new series, The Amateurs. The first book is called The Amateurs here. I received these books as a paid promotion with Disney-Hyperion, so thank you so much to them. But this series, let me tell you. In this series, a girl named Helena, she's a senior in high school. 5 years ago, she mysteriously disappeared, and the case was closed, and they never figured out what happened. The family never got closure. She just disappeared, and they weren't able to figure out where she went. Fast forward 5 years, there is this online message board that is dedicated to, you know, teens or people who are passionate about like solving closed cases. They go on there to kind of help out and to try and find and solve these closed cases. So a girl stumbles upon this Helena case, and she decides to spend a summer down in Connecticut where it happened to try and figure out what happened and bring closure to the family. When she gets there, she realizes it's, you know, stuff's going on, that the sister, who I believe posted the case online, is different than what she imagined she would be, and just basically a bunch of stuff goes down. It's a thriller suspense book. There's going to be some interesting stuff happening in here, but I'm very excited to read it. I have both books here. If you're interested in thriller suspense stuff, definitely check it out. If you like Pretty Little Liars, Sarah Shepard is doing the same sort of style that she normally writes here, so I'm very excited about this one. Alright, okay. So, the next book that I got, you guys, that I literally cried, screamed, freaked out when I received, because I requested this book from Tor Publishing because I saw some people were receiving ARCs of it. And this is, as you guys know, if you've been following me, I have a new favorite series that is on my top 10 list of favorite books of all times. And I have an ARC of the third book in that series. Beneath the Sugar Sky by Sheena McGuire, you guys, this book, oh my god, just holding it in my hand, I feel like I'm holding $1 million or something. Sheena McGuire wrote this amazing book called Every Heart a Doorway that follows the lives of these kids after they come back from magical worlds and try to cope with reality, and the series is very dark and very different, and all the books are short. Currently there's 2 books out. The first one is Every Heart a Doorway, and the second one is Down Among the Sticks and Bones, and you can read them both in one sitting. I read them twice so far now. They're absolutely amazing, and this is the third book that is supposed to be coming out in January, but I have it in my hands and I'm holding it like it's a child because I'm so excited to read it. So thank you so much, Tor. I didn't think they would send me an ARC because I know these are kind of like in high demand right now, and I just feel very lucky, and this is like one of the first things I'm going to read now that I am on winter break. So the next thing I got in the mail as a surprise was this box titled The Bells, and I received this from, I don't know who, but I received this box here, and it has all of this just sort of really cool promotional goodies. So the book in here is called The Bells by Donielle Clayton. It looks like this is from Freeform Books, so thank you so much to Freeform Books. They sent me like, you know, a mask to go with this, and a little like pocket mirror thing here, as well as like a little pen bag, which is so cool. Also macaroons in here, which have been eaten because macaroons, you guys. This book, or in this world, beauty is like a commodity, and everyone wants to be beautiful, and if you're beautiful, you're valued more. This kind of sounds like present day America. I don't know. I'm taking a gender and women's studies class right now, so I'm debating if this is dystopian. It looks very interesting, and I just loving the cover here, so I'm very excited about this. Thank you so much, Freeform Books. The first used book I purchased was Eragon by Christopher Paolini. Now, this is an old book that I watched the movie and I got through like half of the first book oh my gosh, it was so long ago, when I was like 8 or 9 or something, I don't know, but for me back then it was a little dense, so I don't remember anything really about the book or about the series in general, and it's something that I've been wanting to reread because I know it's a lot of people's favorite books, and I have yet to read a book solely based on dragons, so this will be checking that little box off for me, so I'm very excited to read this one. The next book I got, because I love fairies and I can't do anything in my life or go anywhere without thinking about like fairy books, and just it's an addiction, okay? I picked up Iron King by Julie Kagawa, I think that's how you say it. But this book here follows a girl who discovers she is the daughter of a fairy king. So yes, thank you, I will take it. That's all I need to know. Anyways, this book sounds so interesting. She discovers, I think she realizes she's being followed first by some people, which she later discover are fae people, because she's the daughter of the fairy king, which makes her an heiress, right? Anyways, dark, weird, creepy fairy magic, half fae. I'm living for it. I cannot wait to read it. This is an older book too, and I believe there's 3 books in this series. Let me know if you guys enjoy this, because it's old. It's old to the point where I don't really hear people talking about it much anymore, but from what I've heard, it was a like kind of book, but you know what? I'm gonna just go in there with no expectations and hope it turns out great, because I love my fairies. The next book I got was Sherlock Holmes, The Complete Novels and Stories, Volume 2. I have not read any of Sherlock Holmes' original stories. I have read adaptions of it and books inspired by Sherlock Holmes, and I've watched TV shows and movies and stuff, but I have not read the originals yet, so I finally can. This is the 2nd volume. You know, I'm just gonna wait for a night when there's lightning and just bad weather so I can cozy up with this book and just read some Sherlock Holmes. The next 2 books I got are older books, and I don't know how to describe them because you guys are gonna die laughing. They're very old fantasy books here, but they were $5 for $1. So I grabbed 2 for what's the math? Anyways, I grabbed these 2 books, and the lady that works at the bookstore, she's an older woman, and she said these books were fantastic. Very, very dense books, but if you're into fantasy, she said get them, and I was like, they're 10 cents, 15 cents, I'm gonna get them. So the first one I got was The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. This is the first book in the Wheel of Time series. Now, if you can see the cover here, it is just so, I don't know, just old-fashioned-y fantasy cover. It has a knight and a princess, and just this book has to do with time travel, I believe, time travel fantasy sort of thing, and I'm like, time travel fantasy, I'll give it a go. I think on the shelf I saw that there's probably 9 or 10 books in this series, and this is a mass market paperback, but it's pretty thick, and it's published by Tor Fantasy too, so I love Tor books. This is an older one. I'm not even gonna look to see when it was published, but it looks really cool, so I'm gonna try it. The second one I have here is book 1 of the new Uplift trilogy, Brightness Reef by David Brin. The next book I got, you guys, my collection of the Kane Chronicles is officially complete. The Serpens Shadow! I found it, you guys! They had this used for $2 in the young adult section, and I was like, yes, this is the last book I need to complete my collection. I have the Red Pyramid, Throne of Fire, and now I have the Serpens Shadow, which is the only 3 books in the Kane Chronicles series by Rick Riordan, a middle grade fantasy series that has to do with Egyptian mythology. If you guys know me, Rick Riordan is my love, he's my life, I love it, and so now my collection is complete. I have this last book. Next book I got is a James Dashner book, and this is another older book. It's a middle grade book, and it has to do with alternate realities, which is really interesting because I've never seen the alternate reality sort of plot line be played out in a middle grade book. It's usually just adult books because it's kind of a heavy concept. 13th Reality by James Dashner. This book follows a 13-year-old boy who is the sole controller, or the only person who can save 13 realities, or all the different versions of what's happening in the present moment. So I'm really excited to check this out. This is the Journal of Curious Letters series, so I loved The Maze Runner by James Dashner. We'll see how his middle grade writing is. Okay, the next book I got is a very interesting book. This is Across the Nightingale Floor, Tales of the Atori, Book 1 by Leanne Hearn. Now, I think that this is an adult book. I don't think this is young adult. I'm not sure, honestly. I probably should have Goodreads this. This book here is a fantasy book that takes place in Asia, and in this book we follow a boy whose father is an assassin, and this boy, though, has grown up in a village that's very much teaches peace and just like non-violence, and then something happens in which he has to be violent. That sounds like a terrible explanation. Anyways, this book looked very interesting, I'm not gonna lie. The cover was very cool, and it was 50 cents, so I was like, let's check it out, see what this is about. Alright, those are all the books that I got this November so far. We'll see how many more books I end up picking up at the used bookstore. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, keep reading, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!